U.S. Customs and Border Protection agents stopped by Big 2 News today. They're with the Big Bend Sector. They tell us they saw a decrease last month in illegal immigrants trying to cross the border into the U.S. Big 2's Jocelyn Person sat down with them today. She joins us now in the studio with more. Jocelyn.
Katie, last month, CBP might have seen a decrease in illegal immigrants in the U.S. But the issue CBP agents are having is dealing with a huge amount of family units trying to get into the U.S. The CBP Big Bend Sector covers almost 517 miles of the southern border of the United States. In September, CBP arrested over 9,600 immigrants trying to enter the U.S.
The fact that we're arresting people from countries other than Mexico, most of them being family units, which include children, that's a completely different population. The numbers were significantly higher, and the composition of those numbers, that population, was significantly more challenging for us in terms of detaining, caring for, processing.
A challenge they have to go through on a daily basis.
We have groups, including family units, that cross into that area, and sometimes that tracking process from the time that they enter to the time that we're able to actually make the arrest can sometimes be several days.
In the early 2000s, CBP made over 1 million arrests along the southern border. The biggest difference? The detaining of a single person from Mexico is easier than detaining a family unit.
Under 1 million arrests, but that was a huge part of that was family units. So, having to detain and care for a family unit from Central America is much different than a single adult from Mexico that can be processed and removed sometimes within the same day.
A 300% increase of family unit arrests creates more of a challenge, and there are certain laws that need to be changed in order to alleviate those challenges.
The laws need to be fixed. Things such as the Flores agreement. That agreement limits our DHS's ability to detain family units. That's where we saw the cases of children being trafficked and exploited, where our agents were identifying that that child is not that person's child. And then, they ultimately admit that they paid somebody to rent the kid to say that this was their child to get, that benefit through the system.
CBP attributes not only a border wall, but also technology, men and women on the ground, keeping us safe. Live in studio, Jocelyn Person, Big 2 News.